Bitches ain't shit but hoes. Didn't I tell y'all? Franklin Saint may be a whole lot of things, but he ain't stupid. Back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Snowfall season 4 episode 8, Betrayal. Talk about betrayal. Before we get into all the betrayal on Elton's part, Franklin's part, T part, Manboy, Khadijah, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss all things dumbass T. Dumbass T. Have hopefully subscribed to see more of me. Let's get into this episode, this good episode. I love the theme of betrayal because boy was there betrayal all up and through this episode. Not only do we get into Alton betraying his family with Irene, but we get into the paper betraying Irene with her story. We get into Franklin and Aunt Louie betraying Uncle Jerome. We get into Khadijah betraying her brother Manboy, not listening to what he asked her to do. T. It was so much. It was so much going on. And boy, was I here for it. Now to start off, we get into the episode. We get into Teddy roaming through the Nicaragua jungle by his damn self. Mister, I don't need any help. I don't need anybody to come with me. You want to do what? Assist? I don't need any assistance. Roaming around, creeps up on dead bodies, at which Teddy gets KO'd and knocked the fuck out. But you ain't need no help, huh, Teddy? Stupid ass Teddy. Then we get into barbershop gossip. Now, from last episode, there was a lot of talk of, are they going to kill Irene? Someone's going to come behind Irene while she's typing and shoot her in the head just before she can get that story out. Irene isn't going to get that story out. No. Not only does Irene get the story out, but it's already in the paper, at which we hear, barbershop talk. And then we get behind closed doors of this barbershop, and they're confirming what we heard the man discuss in the barbershop. This has to be Franklin Saint. Because mind you, it's about a drug lord and a CIA agent, but she doesn't use any names. At which we get into more Manboy and Khadijah. And Khadijah being frustrated that things aren't happening quick enough. Bodies aren't dropping the way I need them to. I need you to be on it. Are you going to kill him or not? And we all know Manboy is waiting on the plug. After I get this plug, we can do whatever the hell we want with them. That's first. The money is first. Khadijah ain't trying to hear that. Then we get into Franklin and the family, all too worried about what is going to happen to them. What's going to happen to me? This agency is going to come after us. What about us? At which we get into fucking Franklin turning into the fucking Franklin that we love so much. You see Jerome tried to kind of boss up at that moment. Like, yeah, little nigga, Jerome is upset. But honey, when Franklin said, I'm going to handle this shit the same way I handled Andre, the same way I handled Kevin. I'm going to take care of this shit and take care of all of us. This ain't about y'all. You think they're going to come after y'all? They will come after me because I'm going to step in front of the goddamn book like I always do. Shut the fuck up. Did y'all see like the passion? Did you see the sweat dripping off of Franklin's face when he leaned? It's like he was talking to us. I was like, damn, Franklin. Franklin was like, y'all don't have any compassion. You only worried about yourselves. What about me? Like, really, Franklin, you don't think they're going to be just an ounce worried? Oh, are you okay, Franklin? Hell yeah, we're worried about ourselves. But Franklin is making it clear, who gives a fuck about that? When do I ever not take care of us? I'm going to fix this like I fix everything else. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear nothing. Get the Bernie Mac. Don't shut the fuck. And then we get into Irene. Irene. On her nice white magic carpet ride. Irene is a hot commodity at this moment with her story. We have, national, well-known, the big papers calling. They want the exclusive. Blowing Irene up so much that the little, assistant has champagne out. Irene is just all too happy. And we're like, really, Irene? And you have, the little man in charge. We're not just getting, calls from this one and that one and other papers. You have to think about the backlash. We're getting called, from the Pentagon, the White House, the government, Irene. Oh, let them come. I'm prepared for anything. Really, Irene? Like, everybody was pissing me off this episode. Like, Irene, where did you think this was going to go? Did you really think you were just going to get, we going to get to Irene? At which a Mr. X calls. And it's fucking Franklin. And then we get into finding out what we as an audience have known for this whole time. T has been working for Man Boy. Well, we ain't even know that for real. I knew it was either that or she was going to be, with some feds. T, but she was too close. But Man Boy makes it very clear, like, you ain't doing what I need you to do. If you don't give me something, I'm killing you and him. I'm killing you and your brother. She has been in this hole. I'm like, what? Really? Like, where did you think this was going to go? Everybody's acting so dumb in this episode. If you didn't get caught by Man Boy for not giving him the information he needs in the time, you were eventually going to get caught by Franklin. It was a lose-lose situation. So this whole setup for you to get paid your money and for your brother to be protected was dumb. Dumb, girl. So after we've left the family, Teddy and had the whole spot blew up. Got Franklin and the family thinking that he'd just left him for dead, even though we know deep down Teddy don't give a damn about them. But where's Teddy? In the jungle, tied up by a sole female survivor in this whole massacre who is upset because, this is your fault. And you see Teddy break down, and then his, agent who was there, his contact, is also dead. Like, Teddy, what? Dumb. Everybody, so dumb. But you decided to go all the way here by yourself. All right, Teddy. All right. Then we get into Gustavo, who's left at headquarters to hold shit down solo. And we get that same agent who's been popping up to help Teddy, who wants to get upstairs and get into that office. And we all know that that's where all the evidence, all the good stuff, all the good shit is in Teddy's office. But smart ass brute Gustavo is like, no. Oh, you trying to get... No. I love Gustavo because he knows, I'm trying to help. Like, no. If you get up there and get that information, I don't know what you're going to do with it, even though you're saying you're going to help Teddy. You ain't getting in here. Then we get into Irene meeting up with Franklin. Oh, for Irene to be so smart, she's so gullible. I'm showing up with my tape recorder, with that big ass 80s tape recorder on the table. Let's go. Here to get your story right. No, hell no, Irene. Not only does Franklin make it very clear, girl, I'm not here to talk. I'm letting you know why I do what I do, which you can see from both sides, because this whole series, ever since he really got deep into the game, Franklin, has his whole philosophy of, it's either eat or get eaten. I find my way to work the system. And it's like, okay, whatever you got to tell yourself to sleep at night. And Irene is like, are you crazy? You're crazy if you think Teddy actually gives a damn about you. This is only going to go one way. But he also makes it clear that, do you think that they are just going to let this happen? Do you think that they are just going to let you do this to them? Let you release the story? This is bigger than me. This is bigger than you. Then he brings up the daughter and the husband. She's like, oh, no, don't you bring my family into this. Don't touch my... And I'm with Franklin like, girl, it ain't got to be me. I don't have to be the one to touch your family. Someone else. And we see who those someone else is towards the end of the episode. Seeing how Franklin walked up on that cane. Franklin was smooth as hell this episode. We gonna get more into Franklin. Y'all, and then we get into Alton and Sissy. Sissy is, of course, upset because she's like, you didn't come to me first. Alton doesn't want to hear any of that. Not only does he not want to hear any of that, he's tired. Because, of course, before he comes in, we see Sissy still sipping that Kool-Aid on that phone with the alderman and meetings, and we're going to meet up. All still solely unaffected. I'm like, Sissy, you ain't see the paper? You ain't see the paper with everybody else? She saw the damn paper. He's like, I don't want any parts of this. I want to flee. We're getting passports. We can run away to Cuba. You know where I am. I love you. We're leaving. Our son is grown, because he's grown. He's grown, Sissy. We're leaving and we're going. We need to make these moves without him or not. We need to start living for us. This is about us. And Sissy's just standing there. And I'm just like, Sissy ain't leaving Franklin. Now, after we leave smart-ass Gustavo, don't you just look, didn't say nothing. Like, I knew y'all was going to come back. Not only does the agent come back, but he comes back with 2 more agents. Like, I need a little backup. But gotta be quicker than that. Gustavo has went in the office and took everything, even everything out of the safe. Yes, Gustavo. One of the smarter decisions in this episode. Then we get into Jerome. Putting all you bitches on notice. I'm putting all you bitches on notice. I was like, damn, Jerome. Oh, yeah, Jerome? Jerome he wants to go to Fatback's funeral. Jerome is trying to make a statement. Like, we're not scared. We're in this. Jerome is all the way in. Like, them not telling him what everything was before and holding that secret held them back as a whole. Because clearly, if y'all would have told Jerome what y'all needed to do in the first place, Jerome would have been this Jerome, who he needed to be to make sure everybody was protected. He wants to go to the funeral, pay his respects. OG, triple OG. And Louis is not here for it. And once again, he is explaining to Louis whether there's a bounty or not, we are in trouble. We are in this. Accept it. Everybody needs to stop being so damn stupid. Stop being so like, no, you just want to sit here and get in your ivory tower. I was like, God damn. I love you, Jerome. Now, after we get into Teddy, getting away from the little, nickel-robbing woman and giving her some money, and were we surprised? Of course she was going to take the money, and wakes up, we get into Franklin and T. And T popping up. As soon as T popped up, because, she'd been moving real smooth all these episodes, real calculated, but now that there's some fire under her ass, and, man boy's been all in the apartment, pop, 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 bitch, I'm the one you need to be scared of. We are getting reckless. Like, girl, she moved all wrong this episode. Horrible. But she can, you don't have to deal with this alone. I could help. I could find out, and I could do this, and I could assist. A little too much. A little too much. Damn eager beaver. Now it's at this point that we get into not only Sissy, but Irene hitting some walls. Sissy, who, me? What? I'm just trying to spend the money and close the deals. Oh, wait, you don't want my money? You don't want this money? No, they don't want the money. The alderman and the mayor and all the donations, like, oh, no, honey, you can have that. We want no parts of it. Did you really think, like, I really hate that it took for that to happen, for Sissy to wake up and go, oh, you know what, maybe that's not what I thought it was. Really, Sissy, no. Then we get into Irene, and of course, the CIA agents and all of them showing up to go, oh, no, we need to talk to your boss in private. And no, you really aren't going to release my story? You really aren't going to go and prosecute? No, the fuck they aren't. Now we all show up for Fatback's funeral, to pay our respects. And what happens? Of course, what Aunt Louis said would happen. Khadijah's there. Old Khadijah in the car with the homegirl. She in the car with, I don't know, Sinclair and Regine. I don't know. Khadijah's there, ready to pull out, that whole drive-by. And of course, from the trailer, we already know who got shot. Aunt Louie. Child, when Jerome got to crying, I was like, oh. I was very saddened for that moment, but it's just almost like, what did you guys expect? Like, they have been moving for like 3 episodes now as if they have not been being watched. We have not upped on security at all. Like, Peaches can't cover every damn thing. Get some more people. Then we get into Irene packing up with her husband, and here are my, cherishable things, and I'm going on a little hiatus. I'm going off the grid, so I can finish my story. God damn it, Irene. Like, of course we already know Irene as a character now, so we knew that she wasn't giving up, but it's just like, girl. But after she hit that, I just thought I would have more things. And the husband said, I'm so proud of you. And she's, I just want to spend one last night in my apartment. I was like, they gonna kill Irene? They about to kill Irene. You couldn't tell me they weren't gonna kill Irene. Then we get into T. Dumbass T. Like, T didn't have no designated area to call, man. Boy, we in our same old ass apartment. This whole time when she had any isolated time in that apartment by herself, I was waiting for someone in Franklin's camp or Franklin to pop up, be like, bitch, I knew it. I thought Leon was gonna be the one, but no, it wasn't Leon. She's, yeah, well, and then they gonna roll up and just give him, man, boy, the whole blow by blow. And one was like, if you got something to do, bitch, go do it. What you calling me for? Go fix it. If you can get this done. She couldn't get nothing done. Never could. So then we finally get into Sissy and her showing up, and it's like, oh, we were just here with you, and Franklin spewing what he's always spewing, those magical fairies and dust. We can make it through this. Franklin thinks that there isn't a thing in the world that he can't fix, or they can't come back from, or that money can't fix. And Sissy is finally, I can see clear, finally seeing, no. Some things just won't. We are never going to be clear from this. Nobody's ever going to work with us for us to be a legitimate business. This is in the paper. People know who you are. People know who I am. We are associated as one. There's nowhere that I can go here in South Central and just be a business or be anything that I want to be. So pretty much I'm thinking about leaving. And I'm like, oh, she finna go with Alton? She finna run away? But she says, no, I'm done, going back and forth with you. I have to think about myself. I'm not going with Alton. I'm not staying here. I think I just want to leave. And he says, hey, we can deal with this later, mama. See you when I get back. That's what you think. And then we get into Teddy and Franklin meeting up. This was I love when they meet up because you never know what you're going to get. Of course, at this point, Teddy's like, what the hell is going on? We have to stop this. Look at this paper. And he also informs him that Louis has been shot. And he's, is she okay? Is she... Teddy does a very good job of acting like he does have some sincere feelings for Franklin and his family, which I'm sure he maybe does, but we both know that when push comes to shove, he's going to pick the latter. After he makes it very clear, hey, Irene is not that one. She's not the one. She's not just going to back down just because, she's interrogated her. I think it's going to take a little bit more than that. I'm like, oh. So I was just waiting on Irene to get knocked off this episode. Then we get into the whole aha moment for Franklin. When he goes, you have to get used to not, if you couldn't trust your own father with this information and he went, I need you to keep him under control. If you couldn't trust him, you can't trust nobody. Look at your surroundings. And Franklin had that little ain't this about a bitch? I was like, oh, T, you in danger, girl. Now, after we leave Franklin and Teddy, Teddy made it very clear, I told you, if shit hits the fan, I'm going to be here with you. I'm not going to leave you by yourself. That's what you say now. We get into T. After, we get into, where's Sissy? Where will mama go? Oh, she said she had to, now that Louis is, out of surgery and she's stable, she left. Jerome goes to see about her, at which T steps over and says, because Jerome says, I'm going to go check on her, then I'm ready to ride out. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. T comes over, well, I can find out who was in the car. And then, when she hit that, and Khadijah and, Drew is about his money. When she called him by his first name, I knew that was the whole nail in the coffin. And, Franklin went, oh, Drew, huh? Oh, okay. I was like, oh. She says, if you agree to meet with him, he can make a deal. Drew's all about his money. You could, solve this if you do that. You could meet with him and fix everything and maybe keep Khadijah off. Everybody's on a first name basis, showing that T is all too close to the situation. Bitch, oh. After that revelation hit and Franklin had that whole pause for the cause, like, Leon, make sure you look after Jerome. Hey, Peaches, get the call. I was like, when he said Peaches, get the call, I was like, oh, this bitch about to die. Now, of course, we end with Franklin telling T, hey, tell him I'll make the deal. I need to go do some things first. And Jerome in that breakdown, like the way they shot that in Aunt Louie and they made that room look really dark and just isolated. And it was like, oh, I was about to cry with Jerome. I was like, no, Jerome, it's all right. Jerome comes out and he is frantic. And Leon's like, well, hold on. Franklin said we should wait for him. And of course, Jerome is feeling it like, y'all kept this from me for so long. This is Franklin's fault. Fuck Franklin. I was like, oh, it was a hard fuck. It was like, oh, okay. Then we get into happy ass T, after Jerome is ready to ride out. Goes back to that apartment in that phone. Says, oh yeah, he's going to make the deal. And, you need to get Khadijah. And just giving all her information away. Like, girl, you couldn't have moved. No, grimy. You're like, damn, T, shut up. I'm trying to save you, girl. Just get Khadijah off and make it look real. And, whew, there's a sigh of relief. And she lays her ass back in that chair. I was waiting on somebody to just come in and blow your brains out in broad daylight, rockabye, baby. But nobody came and did that. Franklin and fucking Peaches roll up. Like, how long you been playing me? Anybody else, wanted him to shoot her? Was it just me? I thought he was going to shoot. That would have been real tough if he shot her. But I see he going to use her for next episode. Not only do we leave out with that, but we leave off with fucking Teddy and Irene. If Irene don't back the fuck down, I feel like she really ain't going to back down. Now, Teddy, and I'm thinking Gustavo, roll up on her, scare her out of her sleep, and inject something into her. It says, next time, maybe your ass won't wake up. Like, this is a warning. Rip up that little story and let that shit fly out the window. Knowing Irene, she won't. Well, you guys, that was my review for episode 8 of Snowfall. We only have 2 episodes left. Ain't it sad? Ain't it sad? Of course, in next episode, we're going to get into the aftermath and Jerome is becoming that dude. Like, I didn't know that Jerome was so much, gang affiliated up until last episode. Like, y'all finna make me pull out my OG card. Jerome is about to go there. And it's going to be interesting to see what happened, with Manboy and T and that whole situation and Irene. I am here for it. Where the hell is Wanda? Where's Out? They better wrap this up real nice in a bow. Y'all can't just leave me, off with 2 episodes. And don't think I forgot about Mel popping up, with her sanctified ass. Don't be trying to have her in the trenches hiding somewhere for episode 10. Don't do that. Don't do that. But you guys, that was my review of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please drop down and comment what you thought about it. What are your thoughts on the next episode? Let's get that conversation going. Y'all talk to me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.